Good afternoon, everyone. Um, Welcome to today's video editing class. This is the second part of our class, and then I believe that this will be the final class we'll be having for this session. So, like the way we started, I will just do a little recap of how we started last week before we go into what we have for today. Last week I was sharing with everyone that when it comes to video editing, there are different types of video editors. We have videographers, we have motion designers, we have those that deal with cartoon, that's animators. We have different types actually. But for the purpose of this class, we'll be dealing with videography. So videography has to do with you handling cameras. So whether with your phone or with your normal camera, taking a shot and then bringing it to your system or to your phone to edit. But of course, what we are doing now is a professional video editing. So that means we are using the industry-based software. So there are some tools we use in editing any of these videos. And then one of them is Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro. So that Adobe Premiere Pro, I'm going to launch it now. I already sent the link last week during the class, and people asked me how they can get the software. And I believe that the link has been sent to the video editing WhatsApp group. So I believe that if you are present right now, you should have the software in your system by now. So we are making use of the Adobe Premiere Pro. So like I was saying, there are different software you can use for your video editing. One of them is this Adobe Premiere Pro. Another one is CapCut. Another one is DaVinci Resolve. So if you have any of these, you can actually make use of them. But for the purpose of this class, we are just dealing with Adobe Premiere Pro, which is one of the standard industry software that is used for video editing. This software, with this software, you can
Don't disturb me, please. I'm busy. Spare.
So with this software, you can edit any of your videos.
Put the right side. Put the right side of your screen. Hold on.
Please, can we mute ourselves? There are some of us that I could hear what we are saying. Please, let's mute ourselves. When it is time for us to talk or ask questions, we're going. So now, for this, like I said, I will be looking at this software called Adobe Premiere Pro. That's what we are going to be looking at. So let's start with the class we had last week. Last week where I taught us some little things. So we are going to continue that. Okay, just for a little recap for those that are just joining in for today. I shared it last week that when you open this software, this is the first thing it will bring up. Then when it brings this up, you can see at this left side of the system, we have new project. Then here we have open project. While here, I have my recent projects. These are the recent projects I've worked on. These are my recent projects. So if I want to create a new project, all I just have to do is to click on this. But if I'm working on a project already that I just want to continue working on that project, tab here is where my recent projects that I'm working on, where they are, maybe my last 4 recent projects. These are those ones. So if there is any of them I want to continue working on, I will just click on them and start working on them. So for the purpose of this class, I'll just click again, new project. Let's just assume that I want to start a new project. So all I just have to do is to click on this new project. So when I click on this new project, it will bring up this tab. Are you getting it? It will bring on this tab. So when this tab is brought up, you can see here it says name. That is the name of the project. So I'll just say video editing class 2. So that's what I want to use to name this my project. Why this location means where you want your file to be saved. That's what that one means. So you can just click on where you want it to be saved. But I don't touch this part. I just leave it at the default setting where it used to be saved. Then every other thing also, I leave them where they used to be saved. Then after doing that, I just click on OK. So I just click on OK. Then let us wait for the software to finish loading. So right now, the software is loading and it's going to bring up some different panels. So let's just wait a little bit for the system. I don't know why it's delaying like this, because normally it doesn't do that. All right. So now this is our workspace. This is our workspace. Then on this workspace, you can see here we have different here we have different panels here. Just here now we have different panels. This is a panel here. You can see when I touch the panel, it is always highlighted with this blue line. This is a panel here. This is another panel here. This is another panel here. This is another panel here. This one is too small. This panel is too small. Don't know why that is that. Let me just adjust it a little bit. This is another panel here. Why this is another panel. The whole of this page is another panel. Now let's continue. So this afternoon, I want to teach us 3 or 4 basic things about this software, which I would like you to pay attention. They are very, very important. Some of them, I did them last week. So just see today's one as more like a recap for those that were in last class, but for those that are just joining me today, just see them as your own new class. So I'm going to teach us 3 to 4 basic things. The first of them, I want to mention them. I'm going to introduce us to how you can make your workspace to be. We have different workspace. That is how you want to do your panels, how you want them to be arranged. So you can you can specify the type of your workspace, the way you want your workspace to be. I'm going to share that with us. So that will be the first thing we talk about. Then number 2, I'm going to talk about how we can also import our files. How we can import our files, that is your videos you want to edit, how you can bring them into this software and start editing them. That will be the number 2 thing. Then number 3 thing will now be how you can trim, how you can cut, how you can do several things around. That will be some basic things about your editing, how you can do those ones, that is cutting and trimming, how you can do them. Then number 4, if we will have the time, then we are going to talk about how you can put text into your videos, how you can put text into your videos, how you can edit text into your videos, or putting text at the back of your um at the back of of your video. All those things are the things we are going to look into in today's teaching. I hope we are getting what I'm saying, and I hope you are following. All right. So the first thing I said I'm going to share with us on how you can edit your different workspace, how your workspace can be. Now, If you look at this panel, on this panel, we have four different fields. We have effect control, we have lumetri scope, we have source, we have audio clip. While on this panel, we only have program. Then on this panel, we have video editing class. That is your project. This is your project panel. While this one also is the media browser. So for for this class, currently, we don't need this one. This media whatsoever, media browser, you don't need it right now. We just focus on this project panel. Then also on this place, we just focus on this effect control and this source. This source, we are going to focus on them. Then for your program, so the videos you want to edit, when you bring them in and you want to start editing them, this is where it will be showing. It will be showing on this program panel. But that same video, if you want to preview it, to be previewed on this source clip. So let me give us, let's do some examples. I told you last week that if you want to import, there are different ways you can import your videos. It is either you double click on this panel. If I double click on it, you see, it's going to bring up this tab. And when it brings up this tab, you go and select the videos you want to edit. Let me look for a video we can edit. I'm trying to check for a video I can make. Okay, let me just select this video. No, let me use this. Let me select this video. Yeah. So now this is the video I just imported. You saw the way I just imported this video. I double click on this piece. I told you again that another method of importing is to come to file, then come to import. If I click on import, it brings the same tab. So you select whatever thing you want to select the video you want to do. Then it start showing here. So now this is the video I want to edit. So this video, if I want to preview it, are you getting what I'm saying? If I double click on it, you can see it will be showing on my source panel. That's if I want to preview it. I can just start playing. You see, you can start the video on the panel. So your source panel is where you preview. Are you getting it? So this is my effect control. This is my source panel. This is effect control panel. So now if I want to start editing this same video, all I just have to do is to drag it to this timeline panel. So I will drag it and bring it here. So I will drag and drop. So when you drop it on this panel, now there is something that happened. What happened is that a sequence has now been created. If you remember, let me Ctrl Z. Now, if you look at this panel, you will see that it was only this video that was there. But the moment I drag it to this timeline panel, the moment I drag and I drop it, something else was created. This thing that is created, we call it sequence. Now, what is sequence? Sequence is more like is I don't want to call it a project, but it's more like where all your videos, everything will be, while represent the video has sound. So this is the sound of the video. So that's that. So now, if I want to edit this video, if I start playing this video now, you see this beginning part of this video is the intro of the video. Now let me drag it a little bit. All this one,
Yeah, I'm not hearing you.
intro is intro. This yeah, start from here. Now, good. So this is where the video started. So if I want to cut this video and I want to remove that intro part, I'll just come to my razor tool or the shortcut, the keyboard shortcut is C. If you press C, if I press C immediately, this cut tool will be picked. So I'll just come to where my stick, this blue stick, where it is. I'll just cut it. That is, I will click that area. So immediately, this video has been splitted into two. So if I use my selection tool with it, I can now drag this one. You can see that the video has been splitted. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom out. Now the video has been splitted. You can see, so what was one before has now been splitted into two. Can you see? So with this razor tool, you can use it to split your videos. Let me zoom in a little bit. Now, like I said, I'm trying to cut out the intro away from the main video. This intro part. Now you can see. So this is the main video. Why this is the intro? Are you getting what I'm doing here? So that's how you cut with your razor tool. All you just have to do is go and select your razor tool, then click the place you want to cut. You can click it. So let's say I want to cut this part also. I'll just click on it. Then let's say I want to delete this one. All I just have to do is select this one and press backspace or delete in your keyboard. So if I press backspace, you see it has been removed. So that part has been removed. It has been deleted. So that's how you cut. So that's how you cut. That's how you cut your video. Then another way also, you can also trim your video. And how do you trim? Just come to this edge of your video, the ending part or the beginning part of your video. When you come to that place, you will see that this my cursor, this arrow immediately change to a red arrow. Hope you can see this red arrow I'm talking about. So when it comes to that place, so just click on the beginning part of your video or the ending part of your video and drag to where you want it to start from. So it's going to trim off all those parts. Let me explain that again. Now let's say I want to trim all these parts. Like I want my video to start from where this tip is. So all I just have to do is if I want to trim, I'll just come to the beginning part of this video. Immediately, this my white arrow button, arrow cursor will change to red. Immediately change to red. So I can then drag click it and drag to this point. So immediately you drag to that point, it's going to trim off all those parts. Are you getting that now? So that is how to trim. That is how
Yes,
to
sir.
trim. And that is how to cut. So what I just did right now is how to trim and how to cut. So by doing that, you are getting it. So another thing also, let me just show us some little things here. I want to bring in some other things. Let me bring in these pictures. I want to bring in some pictures. Um, let me go to import. I told you earlier that if you want to bring in any video or anything, go to import. So let me bring in some pictures. Uh, so I'm trying to get some things. Now, this is a picture. Let me preview the picture for you. I told you that if you want to preview, the preview is always seen on your source panel. So this is the picture I just imported. So now let's say I want to display the picture on this same video just for lesson sake. Now this is the picture here. So you can extend the duration of your picture. If you want to know how long you want your picture, you can extend the duration. And you can see that what I just taught you now is the way I'm doing it. I'm extending it by trimming it more, like to extend more. Let me zoom out. Now this is my video. Now this is my picture. This is the picture I put up, which is this. Last week I explained some part of this area to you guys. I explained these are the different layers of your video, while this down one are the layers of your audio. This is layer 1 for the audio, layer 2 for the audio, layer 3 for the audio. That's why it's named A. A means audio. A1, A2, A3. These are the layers for your audio. Why these are the layers for your videos, the visual aspects. These are the layers for it. Maybe a video, maybe a picture. So this is the visual aspect. V1, V2, V3. They are layers. Are you getting it? I told you that these eyes represent if you can see it or not. If I want to hide it, all I just have to do is click on these eyes. So it will be hidden. You can see anything that is on these V2 layers, anything at all that I put there, they will not be seen. Why? Because of these eyes that I just strike. Everything that will be there will be hidden. Why this lock thing means that it should be locked. So anything that is there cannot be edited. You can't drag them, you see. You can't drag it, you can't do anything to it because I've locked it. So all you just have to do to unlock it is to click it again. Then this one also, all I just have to do to see it is to click the eyes, and I'll be able to see it. So now, if you look at these pictures, let's say during the time this video is playing, I want the picture to display. Let's do that. You can see that the picture. Let me zoom in a little bit. So let's do that again. Let's say I want this picture to display while this video is. You can see that um, while this video was playing, it displayed this picture, but the thing didn't look fine. It was not looking fine. So you can add some form of little editing into it, how you want it to display. And that's where we are going to come to effect control. Now, on this effect control, everything you are dropping on this place, they all have their effect control. If I click this video now, this is its own effect control. If I click on this picture now, its own effect control is here. So effect control is how you can edit anything also. Maybe you want to add a little bit of effect or a little bit of anything at all. This is where you do them on your effect control. Now, this is the picture I want. I want it to display while this video is playing. But somehow I don't know why the thing is showing like this. Let me reduce the scale. Now this is the full picture. Let's start from here. Let me drag it up to YouTube. Now let's say this is how I want the picture to show. Are you getting it? Let's hide it. By that's to click on the eyes to be hidden. If I click on it, you will see it. So I want this picture to show why my video is playing, but I just don't want it to just pop up just like that. Let's add a little bit of effect to it. Maybe it should move from this side. It should just play in, then also it should play out. So how you do that is through positioning. And then on this positioning, if I click on this, if you look at this icon, you can see that it look like a clock, like the shape is looking like a clock, is a clock icon. Now, if I click on it, it will automatically create a keyframe for you. So keyframe is one of the things we edit and make motion to any of the thing you want to edit. So this same picture, you see, I've dragged it to that side where you are not seeing it anymore. Now, if I play my video, you see the way the thing came in. That's one way. Now you saw that while the thing played finish, the thing just disappeared. They don't want it like that. So the way it flows in, I also want it to flow out. So what I will still do is now, when it reaches this place, I'll create another keyframe here. Then as it's out, I'm going to drag it here. So now let's play it. So let's play this video. Sliding. And you saw the way the picture slide out. Even you can still add more editing with it using just effect control alone and with the keyframes. With the keyframes. Let me see add editing to it. Let me use the opacity. Let me use the opacity. Now, using the opacity just describes how transparent you want your anything, your object, how transparency you want it to be. For instance, now the opacity is currently at 100. That is, we want it to be seen full. There should not be any transparency at all. If I start reducing this opacity, you see that the transparency will now be becoming clearer till you won't see it again. If it is at 0, you won't be able to see it. But if you start increasing it, you'll be seeing it little by little, little by little, little by little. Then on this same opacity, we have what is called the blend mode. Blend mode is how you want to blend this particular picture to the background, what is under it. So let's just see the different ways we can blend those things. If I click on multiply, see, it's still showing, but it has removed some parts and you can see what is under. We have different type of blend mode. We have color blend, we have linear, we have backer, we have lighting, screen, color dodge. So when you are just practicing on your own. You can test all of these things. Are you getting it? You can test all of these things. But let's go back. Let's it be. I want it to be normal. I want it to be normal. So all I will just do is let me just reduce the opacity a little.